Jamie, do you have any observations from learning the keyword research process? Putting you on the spot.
Yeah, no, just that it is a whole lot more involved than I thought at first. You know, the first few times that I had done it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little bit confusing. The video that I just watched of you working on that spreadsheet today, it got a little bit confusing. So I'm going to be interested to hear what you have to say about the part that I did on it. And then yeah, it's very involved, but it's also kind of fun. I don't know. I think that might be the analytical side of my brain, because it is kind of interesting to me to do.
Yeah, I appreciate the input. I'll look and see what your latest is on that. I think I'm gonna have time tomorrow to look at that. But you know, keywords are so much an important part of what this is, because we got to make sure we're speaking our customers' language, not just literally their language, but speaking in terms they speak. So even if we're doing paid like Eli, you know, we got to make sure that we're connecting with what people search for. And even if they search for the wrong thing, you know, and that's where it can be really tough with customers, especially if they're specialist customers. And we don't necessarily talk about client names here, but we have one client that they barely can articulate what they do.
Wow.
And that becomes really hard to even talk in terms of what their customers do, because they're so experts in these but boy, they're doing really well. Like for them, it's just a matter of just producing something that's relevant.
Yeah.
But
I've got a client that I'm working on some things, and one of the like key words, it has something to do with hair treatment. And it's like the type of treatment that they do is like you wouldn't search for it. The person searching, and they're using this word, and I'm like, nobody looking for what you have to offer is going to come up with this unless they've already done a ton of research and maybe picked someone else before you.
Right.
So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm like, okay, we need to figure out the words that your customers are using, and not your not necessarily techie term, your industry terms, your customer terms, and not your industry terms, I guess. Is that kind of what?
Yeah, that's a great way to think about it. And there's also part of the keyword research process is determining whether SEO is even right for the client. I did a prospective client call yesterday with a company who's producing these really, really cool, for lack of a better word, fertilizer pellets for industrial farming that are organic and powerful and great and will revolutionize the way farms bring nutrition to crops. And I'm like, before we do anything, let's see if anybody's looking for this, right? Because this isn't something grandma's going to buy and throw in their backyard garden.
Yeah.
And before we charge you for an SEO plan and hit our head against the wall for 6 months, not getting far, well, let's make sure people even know what you have to offer to look for it. I mean, that's kind of why I give away the keyword research process and Curious Answers for free, because I want you to be able to say, hey, this is the right marketing channel for me before I even do it. But like even for Yusuf in link building, keyword research is important, because when it comes to understanding who are the competitors, or, you know, what are the topics of blog posts that we want to write for other websites, you know, we have to have that keyword research piece. So, you know, it's SEO isn't about putting a couple of magical keywords on a page and hoping it works. You know, there's a lot more, but it kind of starts with the keyword research.